This is the Sabbath School lesson for the third quarter, 2021.
Lesson 10 from the series Rest in Christ is titled Sabbath Rest. It's ready for teaching on September 4 and I'm Percy Harrold. Wednesday, September 1. Serving others honours God's Sabbath. In the New Testament world, the religious leaders had Sabbath keeping down to a fine art. There were dozens of prohibitions and rules established to help keep the Sabbath holy. This included a prohibition against tying or untying anything, separating two threads, extinguishing a fire, transporting an object between a private domain and the public domain, or transporting something for more than a specific distance in the public domain. What charge was brought against Jesus in John 5, 7-16? John 5, beginning at verse 7. The sick man answered him, Sir, I have no man to put me into the pool where the water is stirred up, but while I am coming, another steps down before me. Jesus said to him, Rise, take up your bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made well, took up his bed, and walked. And that day was the Sabbath. The Jews therefore said to him who was cured, It is the Sabbath, it is not lawful for you to carry your bed. He answered them, He who made me well said to me, Take up your bed and walk. Then they asked him, Who is the man who said to you, Take up your bed and walk? But the one who was healed did not know who it was, for Jesus had withdrawn, a multitude being in that place. Afterward Jesus found him in the temple and said to him, See, you have been made well. Sin no more, lest a worse thing come upon you. The man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well. For this reason, the Jews persecuted Jesus and sought to kill him, because he had done these things on the Sabbath. Completely ignoring the wonderful miracle that Jesus had performed and the freedom from disease that he had given this man, the leaders were obsessed that the healed man was carrying his bed in public on Sabbath. Instead of seeing how the Lord of the Sabbath, in Mark 2:28, utilized this special day, the leaders were intent on maintaining their own rules and regulations. We need to be careful that in our own way and in our own context, we don't make similar mistakes. How does Isaiah 58:12-14 outline God's agenda for Sabbath keeping? Isaiah 58, beginning at verse 12. Those from among you shall build the old waste places. You shall raise up the foundations of many generations, and you shall be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of streets to dwell in. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy day of the Lord honourable, and shall honour him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words, then you shall delight yourself in the Lord. And I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. The mouth of the Lord has spoken. God does not want empty worship or pious silence. He wants to see his people engaged with other people, especially the downtrodden and marginalized. Isaiah made this very plain in Isaiah 58:13 and 14. If you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy day of the Lord honourable, and shall honour him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor speaking your own words, then you shall delight yourself in the Lord, and I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father. The mouth of the Lord has spoken. Pursuing our pleasure, from Isaiah 58:13, or our own interests, as the New Revised Standard Version translates here, is equivalent to trampling the Sabbath. Human agendas are not part of God's Sabbath ideal. Rather, we are invited to look out for those who struggle, who are captives, who are hungry and naked and walk in darkness, and whose names no one seems to remember. More than any other day of the week, Sabbath should take us out of ourselves and our own selfishness and cause us to think more about others and others' needs than about ourselves and our needs. This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind. It's supported by the Sabbath School Department and Hope Channel Australia and is rebroadcast by Christian Record Services and through podcasts at It Is Written in the United States, Hope Channel Germany, and through Apple iTunes and SoundCloud. Remember, God is always faithful.